We are here on Arabia. I might just fast forward a tiny bit. We're far away from being live here, but it's fine. Viper playing as the Vietnamese against Margougou's Sicilians. Margougou here in red, Viper in blue. And yeah, Snake versus Fox, the classic encounter. Okay, let's see what happens here. Sicilians are kind of new and improved. Hera rates them as part of his top 5 best improved civs of the new patch. The cool thing, the newer cool thing about the Sicilians is that they can build a donjon straight away, right? Can they build it straight away? In Dark Age? I don't think so. But anyway, you can build it basically behaves like a barracks. It acts like a prerequisite building. And also you can build spears in addition to sergeants, but no militia line. And also it fires arrows. So it's really nice. It's really nice. You can plonk it down in your economy and be safe and then go forward. It's kind of nice. Or maybe it might be interesting as a forward option as well. So lots to be figured out for the Sicilians. I don't think the Vietnamese really got touched too much, except I think paper money was slightly buffed. I'm not wrong. But the Sicilians were slightly nerfed in other ways. Their castles are now built 50% faster instead of 100% faster. TCs are the same. Sorry, TCs are unchanged. And their First Crusade tech, instead of getting 7 sergeants per TC, now you just get 5, but the tech is cheaper. So it's a bit of a trade-off there, whether that's a nerf or whatever. Don't know. Anyway, bit of a nerf, I would say. But it depends. Still 25 sergeants instead of 25? Yeah, 25 instead of 35. So yeah, I guess that's significant. Anyway, defensive donjon is up. Gonna protect the berries. It's men-at-arms here, so yeah. It's not protecting that much. It's protecting some farms, but the gold is still crazy exposed for Margougou. Viper coming with men-at-arms. And he's going to go archers here. Men-at-arms into archers feels very strong for the Vietnamese. Didn't we face a fox person earlier? I think we might have. Vietnamese is nice because... Ooh, Viper's going to go for towers. Okay. So, yeah, you can see where your opponent's TC is, so you can be a bit more greedy, which Viper likes to be. You just push in all your deer, and then you go scout your opponent when you want, basically. Helps with their drushes. It looks like Viper's going to try clean this up. I think men-at-arms do beat the sergeant in Feudal Age. I'm not sure about what happens after that, but yeah. Margougou going to try and clean everything here. Shouldn't really lose any units. Viper trying to chase the scouts, but it's not really going to work. And yeah, losing all those men-at-arms. Really nice micro by Margougou. And yeah, happy days. Viper feeling slightly vulnerable here. Will the archers, 2 archers and a spearman with fletching be enough to take on the scouts even? I don't think so. I think Margougou could probably clean this. As Viper's going to go for a tower over here, but Margougou just misses it. A second earlier and he would have been spotted. That's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, he sees the archer. We'll pick that off as we have the defense with the spear and the sergeant over here. It's nice scouting by the Viper. This is a very nice wood line, but it's Margougou's only wood line. So that's, yeah, vulnerable wood line. Page, exactly. And archers are trying to be annoying here. Margougou still doesn't know about the tower. He will know all about it now. Viper needs to wall this in. Scouts maybe gonna come over. No, Margougou gonna just come on a counterattack. Okay. Okay, tower goes up. But yeah, it was a chunky enough wood line that Margougou can just reposition over on this side. And yep, trying to get some walls up here. Stone walling even, okay. Really doesn't want this army to get in. And maybe that'll do the trick. But won't be able to drop... well, he already spent stone on the donjon, right? So he won't be able to drop 2 TCs. Sicilians obviously starting with 300 stone. But that's an interesting trade-off, right? Do you think that the donjon, like dropping it defensively is kind of really strong? But it stops your boom later on, which is really strong for the Sicilians with their bonuses. These donjon openings are really weird. I think they need to be figured out. And I have a feeling that players might just end up saying that it's not worth it, right? Because you are going to suffer later on. So You have to at least try and get damage with it. I think in some circumstances, if you can protect your gold and your woodline and your berries, or maybe gold and your berries with the donjon, then it's a good idea. But right now, what is this protecting? A few farms, maybe. And this vulnerable palisade, kind of. As Viper is going to continue to make towers. So yeah, I think this is just poor execution for Mark. But he had a terrible map. Look at this gold. Like, it's crazy. And Viper just going to sit here be annoying. So Viper way ahead here. Score doesn't tell the tale. Margougou actually 1 villager ahead. So a bit of idle time for the Viper. 2 villagers worth of idle time. As Margougou is just going to come out here and try and batter down this tower. There are some weak fills. The forward's getting cleaned up. Okay, another donjon from Margougou as he's moved over to stone. Okay. And maybe, yeah, Viper saw the vulnerable woodline, but maybe going towers against the donjon is good because you really force your opponent to go heavy on stone then. So maybe that's a decent strat that you can go for to counter it. But anyway, looks like Viper's going to try and get another tower up. This one will go down, but this one will deny some farms at least, but it will be able to be battered down for sure. As Viper gets some diagonal walling in. Nice. Making the lumber camp will drop off zebra food for Viper. Nice. Very stylish. Okay, scouts are arriving. It's just archers here. But some spearmen on the way. And Margougou not really able to get any damage with his units. That kind of sucks. Viper is pretty well protected. He had walled in his gold. He's walled in his berries. So just full small walls by the Viper. Happy to play completely open here. Okay. And Viper going for more towers, but outpost here by Margougou, so this will give him some vision. Is he? Don't tell him. Yeah, he will see it. Okay. He will see it, then he goes for another donjon. Okay. Scouts coming over. This can be problems here. Any upgrades on the scouts? There is armor, so they will do a bit better. As the villagers are going to come back. I think do you fight this? Maybe you wait for all the scouts, you take out the spear, and then try fight it. Maybe that's the play. But Viper, it looks like he will get this tower up. Donjon, not really ranging it in the end, but the tower will still range the woodline, which is brutal. Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, he can still take some wood. Okay, that's nice. Viper on the way to Castle Age, though. And seems to be in... I don't mean, it's a lot of idle time. Like, he's 5 villagers behind. Part of that is because he's on the way to Castle Age, but yeah, it's crazy. 2.5 minutes of idle time for him. Margougou with an impressive 4 seconds. So, yeah, really nice. As Margougou is going to drop a lumber camp out here. It's a nice donjon in the end for him. Protecting the gold, but plenty of damage. Almost has enough for a castle. He's not anywhere near Castle Age. And the clue is in the name. You cannot build a castle until you get to Castle Age. So there you go. Getting bloodlines. It looks like he wants to kind of go all in here, but Viper has just done so much damage. It's insane. Like 12 farmers. I don't know. At least they'll prevent expo play. Yeah, that's a good point. But I think Viper might just sit back and boom and try and get to Imp. But let's see. It's rare that you see a player play fully passive, or both players play fully passive in Castle Age. So we'll see what the Viper goes for. Certainly when he gets his upgrades, it's going to be kind of dodgy. But Margougou finally getting some damage here. Margougou is 10 vills ahead. Viper's eco, 40 vills. Doesn't have a crazy amount of wood, so yeah. Not really able to drop TCs straight away as he's getting crossbow. Meanwhile, market on the way for Margougou. It's going to get denied. No, Margougou deletes it. And he's just going to continue dropping donjons. Is he just going to donjon crawl the whole way across the map? Let's see. That could be kind of fun. Okay. Crossbows in. Bodkin on the way. Viper denying this wood line. Denying this wood line. Margou's kind of out of wood lines, you feel. Anyway. Idle villagers here for Viper. Maybe it's a debate. No, Margougou attacked the vills. He obviously can't see, but yeah. Now he sees and Viper sees and he's gonna run these villagers away. This is not open. Viper completely safe at home by the looks of things. So yeah. This feels like Atacama. This doesn't feel like Arabia. This feels like an Atacama game where people are just scraping to get fucking wood lines in the middle. But this is irritating. Plenty irritating. But Viper's still behind on bills. Still 4 seconds of idle TC time. So Margougou has kept his TC running the whole time. Which is insane. As Viper now is going to drop a TC on the wood and the gold. Trying to be annoying here is Margougou. But not going to get in. Not going to get in. Yep. Easy enough for the Vipers. He's going to TC forward. It's just like the disrespect. Donjons could have been placed better. That's what we were saying about the first one. This one, I mean, it's on the gold, right? If he positions this donjon here, then the crossbow can attack from this side. So it's like these 2 donjons weren't here already. Anyway, market now coming up for Margougou. Yeah. But maybe they could have been placed better. Yeah. Okay, Viper just chilling with the crossbow and catching up on villagers. And making another archer range. Okay. How many kills do these scouts have? Just 1. And that might even have been an archer, or maybe it was a vill, but yeah. Big investment for Margougou into those scouts. Got all the upgrades except forging. And didn't really get much done. Viper with some spears. He's going cav archer. Huge. That market is a thumbnail. It's a very protected market. That's a good one. Okay, stable coming up now for Margougou as he is halfway to castle. And yeah, has plenty of stone. So let's see. He might just try and boom this out. He'll probably go for some siege as well to defend. As the crossbow are happy to sit underneath the donjon. Well, not quite. Sometimes it's tough to position the archers underneath without getting shot, but Viper does a good job. Donjons do look nice. They are a good looking unit, or building I should say. Get a close up here. Yeah. Fantastic. Okay. As Viper is coming across with Cav Archer. Cav Archer feels reasonable against the Sicilians. Vietnamese bonus for extra HP on their archer units does apply to the Cav Archer, so... And they're not fully upgradable, but pretty much, I think. And certainly in Castle Age, they're going to be as good as any, or better than most even with the extra HP. Anyway, let's see what Viper can do. Basically go into anything, but yeah, now he has 13 of them. Gonna build up to a big mass. I once thought the donjons were castles that were glitched and didn't fully spawn. Fair enough. There's the, what's the word? As Viper's gonna take this donjon out. Even as a villager here fighting, it's insane. Okay, Margougou getting +2, but doesn't have great gold income. And against the Cav Archer, he's gonna have to run all day, so that's no bueno at all. All right, Viper just expanding his eco here. It's really it's disrespectful. Do you get a guard tower if you're Viper? It's probably not worth it, as the GG's called. What the hell? Okay. Yeah. What's there to say about that?